Good afternoon. It is a minute to 4, and I'm hoping that my internet doesn't give us problems today. I'm trying to pull up Facebook on my laptop so I can see comments, and it is working very, very slowly. So I may have to wing this without, I wonder if I could pull it up on my iPad. Let me see, because my iPad's right here because I like to watch either something on my DVR or I like to watch other things. I just watch or listen to Spotify using my iPad. So let's see what I can find on my iPad since my laptop doesn't seem to be working. Let's see my page. Oh, there's live. So I don't know if I'll see comments though. And there are echoes, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm not sure why. So I'm not sure why, but we're gonna go ahead and go with this. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. Oh, there we go. So let's do that. And welcome. It is 4:01, just a little bit after 4 o'clock as we're starting our thing. If you hear in the back, it's my husband, and he's talking to my daughter who is back in town after being away at college for a year. And so a lot more going on in my household right now than there used to be. It used to be a little bit slower, but a little more activity. But anyway, today we're going to be doing very simple cards. We're going to do what they call SIP, stamps, ink, and paper cards using the Thoughtful Journey DSP. This is the bundle or suite, not a bundle, an actual suite that you can get that's got this DSP, and it's got a stamp set, a die set, some special glimmer paper, and then it's got some beautiful little embellishments as well. And it's a great set. I got the DSP, but I'm anticipating eventually getting the stamps and dies as well, because I've seen some great things done with them. So this is in our new catalog, page 74, page 47. And let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you what we're going to be working on. Our first card, let me actually, before I do that, let me show you up close and personal, not just what's in the catalog, but let me show you our DSP that we're going to be using. It's got a very pretty watercolor look to it. If you can see this, these are some beautiful colors, and it's always two-sided. There's a real bright, pretty peacock. A lot of the watercolor that was upside down is it's like a landscape, or it's a visual of scenery. And if it's not scenery on the back, then it's just real pretty watercolors. I love the colors that are on this. I love this scenery. I love the greens and the blues. And then, here's another pretty one. With some beautiful purple flowers. I believe we're using this one. We are using this one today. And I love the golds, which is wild wheat, and the different purples and blues in that one. This is another one we're going to be using today. I love the purples and blues in this. It's just so relaxing and serene. And a more blue watercoloring look on the back. I just love the watercolor looks of all of these. Hi, Nell. How are you? Are you guys nice and cool with a lot of wind over there? Because I know we've got wind over here, and you're not far off the delta as well. And there's some more pretty of our Thoughtful Journey colors, watercolor looks. I love also these Calypso, the oranges look so pretty as well. And some more. And I keep forgetting to show you the back. I love the scenery so much, I keep forgetting to show you the back, but the back to the watercolors are so pretty. That one doesn't have that. I love the colors that they chose and put together on these. So Yeah, it is kind of windy, but you know, the wind keeps it cool, doesn't it now? So there's some more pretty. I love these. I love this. This paper is perfect. Oops. This paper is perfect for those, just the simple stamp ink and paper. This paper is so beautiful. You can use it, and the DSP does all the work. So we're going to be doing this card first. We're going to make 3 cards today. And all of our cards use the Thoughtful Journey DSP. And yeah, and we're going to be using a Courage and Faith stamp set, which I love. I love the Bible verses it's got in it from Proverbs, Numbers, First Thessalonians, and Psalm, and some real pretty leaves and everything. But today we're just going to be using a couple of these Bible verses along with our stamps. And we're going to go ahead and make this. And so this first one, it's very, very simple. Really, really easy. This one, I like to say that the DSP or the Designer Series paper does all the heavy lifting. It does all of the work that other stamp sets could do. And all you have to use is Designer Series paper. So we're going to use Blackberry Bliss as our card stock for the card base. And it's, 8.5 by 5.5. And it's scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and fold this over and burnish it. And then we're going to set it aside because we're going to cut our DSP on here. And the DSP is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut the 5 1/4. And I think I cut most of it off because it's a 6 by 6. So that means we're going to cut off probably about 3/4. And I cut most of it off at the bottom because I love the blue sky on this. So there's 5 1/2 or 5. We're going to cut it 5 1/4. We're going to cut off 3/4. 1. Oh, no. There's 1/4 or 3/4. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Now we got it. There's 5 1/4. So we're going to cut that there. And then we're going to cut it by 4 inches wide. So we'll measure down here and go 4 inches. And that will be the front of our card. And then I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch of the rest of this leftover, the 2 inches left over. I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch on that, and that's going to use, we're going to use that on the inside of the card on our white cardstock for when you want to write anything down. And we're going to do that because it decorates it a little bit. It ups the level, ups the game. So let's go ahead and put this aside. And now I'm going to take Petunia Pop, which is one of our new in colors. And I'm going to take the verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart, Proverbs 35, and we're going to stamp this onto our DSP right up in here. And that's why I'm using the Petunia Pop, because it will really show, pop, on the blue there. So let's go ahead and go there, Petunia Pop. And go there. Nell, are you going to be at the Summertime Fun class tomorrow? Let's see. We're going to put it right in that area. There we go. And all we have to do is glue and put this on right here. So where's my green glue? Oh, there's my green glue. And we're going to go ahead and just put a little adhesive on the back here. And this is one of those very simple, oh great, we'll see you there tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I've been watching Patty's videos. I'm going to watch Tammy's videos tonight. So I have a preview and understanding of all we're going to do tomorrow. And then I look forward to being there. So there's the front of our card. This, like I said, this is a real simple card. I'm going to get my silicone mat out so that we can do it. Now, this will fit right here on the side, and it coordinates with this piece of cards or DSP as well, because it came right off that extra piece. So we're going to put a little bit of glue there. And this is why I use my silicone mat, because sometimes I drop the paper and I don't want glue everywhere. We're going to put that on, and then I turn it over to make sure it's even, and if it isn't, I just sort of tap it down a little bit, and now it's even all along the edge. So let's go ahead and attach this inside. Hi Marcy, how are you? Hey Becky, how are you doing? Welcome to my fun Friday. And if I seem a little tired, it's because we've been gone for the last couple of days. And you know, when you're out traveling and you're not sleeping in your own bed, sometimes you don't sleep as well. But I have to say, sleeping in the country sometimes is very nice with the fresh air. So there's our first card. We're using our Courage and Faith stamp set with our Thoughtful Journey DSP. And there's our first card that we've created. And like I said, this is going to all be simple. It's what I think some people call SIP cards. It's stamps, ink, and paper, and that's it. So that's our first card. And we'll go ahead and go on to card number 2. Card number 2 is a fun one. It's using blues, and I love blues. This is our first card, our second card that we're going to be doing. And I just love, I was going to put the centerpiece, I was going to pop it up, but then I thought, no, I like how it is offset by some of the same colors that are down here in the purples and the pinks in Fresh Freesia. So the colors we're using in cardstock are Misty Moonlight and Fresh Freesia with our DSP from Thoughtful Journey. And let me show you how, and then on the inside, I used Fresh Freesia to frame our white paper for, oh, you have the grandkids, Becky, how fun. How many grandkids do you have? We have white here. So let's go ahead, and we have our Misty Moonlight, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, just to make our standard card. And we'll go ahead and fold that and furnish it. And then what we did, and I've already done this, I've already cut it, is we cut our, first what I did is I cut my 4 by, we'll put it right here. I cut my 6 by 6 into a 4 by, what did I do it? Let me rephrase that. 4 by 5 1/4, so it fits the front here. And then I took the extra 2 inches here, and I'll show you how I work those two. 7 so far. Oh, what a blessing. 7 blessings. That's awesome. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. I figured you'd be busy getting ready for tomorrow. Nell and I were just talking about how excited we're about seeing tomorrow. And I've watched Patty's videos, but I'm going to watch yours tonight to see a sneak peek of what we're doing tomorrow. So let's go ahead, and again, I cut my DSP in a 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to glue this onto the front of our, you're finishing up now. I can't wait to see you guys, and I can't wait to do all those creative cards. I showed my mother-in-law this week all the cards that we get to make, and she's like, ooh. I'm like, yeah, I get to go make those on a Saturday. We're going to go ahead and put this on here, center it on. So there is our first layer. And then we're going to take Fresh Freesia, and we're going to use it in the center. And what this is it's 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So 2 1/4 wide, 5 1/4 long, so that it fits right here in the middle. And then what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and attach this. And this is 2 by 6. We're going to attach this from the top down in the center, and then I'll cut off the excess paper after I get it glued down. So let's go ahead and put the adhesive on this. We'll go down to almost the bottom, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and center that on our fresh Freesia, which is, like I said, 2 1/4, no, let me measure that again, folks. 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. And it gives us that nice little frame around the DSP. And then we'll go ahead and we'll cut the excess off, like so. And then before we do this, we'll go ahead and stamp. And I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use Night of Navy, even though I'm using Misty Moonlight. I love the Night of Navy on here. And the verse we're going to use this time is "In everything give thanks." But first I need to, oh, where's my cleaner? I need to clean my stamp so I can put the other stamp away. So we'll clean off the first stamp we used so I can put it away, and we'll get the other one. And let's see, we're doing "In everything give thanks." 1 Thessalonians. And that fits perfectly right there. And we're going to do it in Night of Navy. And I set it on there. Let's look. All right. And ooh, there we go. We'll stamp here. I don't want to put too much on there. There we go. So, I was telling you, we just got back from being out in the country. We went and visited my in-laws, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, and returned a trailer that my husband borrowed to bring my daughter home from college. Well, bring her car and all the other, some of her other stuff home from college. And they got back on Monday, and so this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and today we were up there returning the trailer to them, and it was so nice being out there. I'll share a picture that I took from our view from the trailer that we were staying in. They have this great fifth wheel that we stay in whenever we go up. And then we'll go ahead and put that right in the middle like that. This stamp set is the Courage and Faith stamp set. It's a stamp set I love, but I don't use nearly often enough. And I just love how the font, and I just felt like everything size-wise fit really well with the open spaces on this DSP, and it just looks, I love it. So I'm thinking I'm going to be making a lot of these cards here. So that is the exterior of our card, using Night of Navy for that ink stamp set. And then we're going to go ahead and glue our fresh Freesia inside. It does look like 3 pieces, but it's actually just 2, because I just took the other 2 inches that were left off at the end. But it looks like this fits right in the middle, like it was supposed to be there all along. Thank you, Marcy. Let's see, we'll put our fresh Freesia background on the inside. How are you doing, Marcy? Things going well in your neck of the woods? Have you guys cooled down? Because wasn't it really warm last week for you guys? I'm going to go ahead and put this on. And I didn't embellish, or I didn't up the game on the inside with DSP on the inside, only because I used the fresh Freesia on the inside to help the center for the area to write pop. So there is our simple, 70, that's beautiful. Yeah, it was in the upper, close to 90 earlier this week, but we've settled into, we're in, I think, mid-70s, low 80s, so that's sort of nice. And the breeze on the Delta is very nice, too. What you can do, and I'm not going to do because, again, this is just our simple stamp, ink, and paper card making this Friday. You can add embellishments, some beautiful gems and stuff. Actually, one of the gems that you could add, where is it? All of my gems. Some of the gems that I could suggest that you could use would be, where are they? Oh, these must be them over here. You could add, the Misty Moonlight ones or Fresh Freesia runs. They're in the tinsel gems. Either this one or this one would look really pretty on this card. And the Lost Lagoon would look pretty on this one a little bit because of the greens, or you could use the Petunia Pop, any of the new in color gems for that. If you wanted to up your game on these, on either one of these cards. And then the next card we're going to do, although it's simple in terms of just stamp, ink, and paper, it's a little more complex. And so I'm going to show you where I got the inspiration from. I was perusing Pinterest. I love Pinterest for ideas. And I found this card sketch. And it's from Dawn Stamping Thoughts. And I'll link this on my YouTube. So if you want to find the link for this actual card sketch, you can head over to my YouTube channel tomorrow, and it will be linked there along with all the information about the cards that we've done today. But this is the card that we're going to be doing. That's the sketch, and here is the sample of the card that we're going to be doing. I'm using Lost Lagoon, Blackberry Bliss, and one of the other colors from the Thoughtful Journeys. And we'll go ahead and get started on this. And this, I'll show you the inside of the card. And here's the inside of the card. Oh, do you know, you follow her? I have to start following her. I'm going to look her up on Instagram and Facebook and start following her to get more ideas. But this is what I did. I upped the game a little bit inside by adding that strip of DSP. So that's the card we're going to do. Our card, oh, I didn't score this one, so I'll pull out my trimmer to score it. But it is 11 by 4 1/4, and then we'll go ahead and score it at 5 1/2. So we'll move both my blades up so I don't accidentally cut it instead of scoring it. Go to 5 1/2, and I'll use the lighter blade because that's the scoring tool. And oh, is she really? I didn't realize that. And fold it over and make sure it's even, and I'll burnish it. Now, when I was first playing with this and the stamp set, I was looking at it and I put the Blackberry Bliss in the frame of all the DSP here, and it just looked so plain that I decided that I was designing this while I was up at the cabin, so I didn't have my, I had limited supplies. I didn't have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and I said, well, this is going to be simple, so stamps, ink, and paper. So instead of using an embossing folder, which is where I would normally go, her name is Dawn, it looks like it's Dawn Griffith, and her, on Instagram, not Instagram, on Pinterest, it's Dawn Stamping Thoughts. I'll go ahead and put all this down in my post tomorrow and on my YouTube channel. But I've decided that we're going to use Lost Lagoon ink, and we're going to use this fun stamp here with all of the little dots to add some texture to our card base, so that I can not have a plain card, because I don't know what it is, but for me, some people love having just a plain card. To me, it drives me crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and just start just stamping any which way this dots from this stamp set. And we won't go through the center, only because the center is going to be covered by DSP. We're going to go all around. We're going to fill in each spot we can with ink. So, oh, thank you, Tammy. I'll have to go back and find her on Facebook with that link. Thanks, Tammy. So, oh, Dawn did it too. Not Dawn. Marcy did it too. Thanks, Marcy. And let's see, I think that's all we need. And let's see, let's put a little up here because there were a couple spots and there's a little spot there missing. I don't like too much empty spot. There we go. So we're going to go with that. And we'll put our stamps. Oops, you can tell I stamped a little too hard on that. So let me clean that up a little bit before I get my fingers all inked up from that. And we'll put this stamp away. And then let me show you. Oh, I don't want to put my Lost Lagoon away too far. Now let's go ahead and, where is, oh, here we go. Here's the rest of my papers. What I've done is the Blackberry Bliss is 4.5 by 3 3/8. Nope, that's the DSP. Sorry, wrong one. The Blackberry is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And then what we're going to do is I've cut our DSP down to 4.5 by. Did I say 4.5 by 3? No, I said 4 3/4 by 3.5. Sorry, I'm working off a little bit of sleep. Well, actually, I slept in the truck coming home, so shouldn't be. I think I slept in the truck coming home. Anyway, it's been a long day. So anyway, but the Blackberry or the DSP is 4.5 by 3 3/8. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this again. Let me set all this stuff aside and pull out my trimmer and cut this. And what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut from the bottom. And we're going to cut 1.5 inches off the bottom. So I'm going to turn this around upside down so I can go to 1.5 inches. I'm going to cut 1.5 inches off the bottom. All right. And that's our bottom piece. We'll set that right there so I don't lose it. And then we're going to turn this so it's right side up again. And we're going to cut 1 1/4. 1 1/4. And then that would leave 2 inches on this side. So the left side is 1 1/4 and the right side is 2 inches. And now we'll go ahead and put this away. And we're going to attach it to our Blackberry Bliss. And we'll use a little bit of Tombow glue. And I like to put the bottom one on first because it allows me to line everything up on the left and the right side with it. So we'll put this down there. We're not going to have but maybe about 1/8 of an inch on either side and on the bottom. So as you can see, I'll hold this up a little bit so you can see, there's not a lot of border. There's just a little bit of Blackberry Bliss peeking out. And then we're going to go ahead and put this side over here. We're going to line it up with our left side with about 1/8 of an inch in between the bottom of this piece of DSP and the top of the bottom piece of DSP. We'll go ahead and glue that, making sure that my hands are on the screen. And there we go. We got a little bit more. There we go. Got that there. And then we'll take this, and I like to make sure I'm doing it correct so we have that. This matches up. So now we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive here. Oh, I need to get a little more adhesive up in the corner up here. And then I'm going to line this up with the bottom here and the left side over here. It looks, I may need to cut a little bit off. I'm going to just put it over here so I can line it up. No, that's not going to work. All right, folks. Let's see. We're going to have to clean. Oh, no, well, Tammy, you spoke a little too soon. Obviously, I didn't cut it well enough because I've got too much over here on this side. So I'm going to cut a little bit off, and then I'm going to have to use an alcohol wipe on my my trimmer, because I now have glue on my trimmer. So let's see this. There. Okay. There we go. That's better. It's still not as much, there's not enough edging over there, but you know, that's the beauty about homemade cards, is they all have their own cute little creativity, little quirks. So we're going to go ahead and then we'll center that on there. Gotta make it work, they say. So we'll just pull out the rubbing alcohol and clean off the trimmer. And we're gonna attach this to the top and center it. There we go. And then let's see, which stamp set did I use on this? I used the Be of Good Courage stamp on this stamp set, which is this one here. And that's going to fit right there. So let me get the block. And I'm going to use Lost Lagoon. And this, in order to make sure I don't, tap it, in order to make sure I don't mess this part up, we're going to stand up and look on so I don't make it all wonky. And there we go. Perfect. Oh, I think I just lost my Facebook. Oh, there we are. This is a great stamp set. I have a feeling it's been around a couple of years, Tammy. I'm afraid it'll probably end up being retired next year, but who knows. So I'm going to use it as much as I can this year. So we've got, that's our exterior. Now we just have to finish our interior. And this is the interior part. This is the card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the side and then I'll be able to cut the edge off. So we'll put a little glue all along here, just a small amount, not too thick because it's a thin strip. And we'll just attach that to the edge and look around here, and it's not peeking out on the bottom along the top here, so I know I've got it almost there. There. Oh, wait a minute. That's the beauty of Tombow glue, is you can move it around a little bit. You got a year. That's what I tell myself. I got a year, but this is definitely one of those ones that once it retires, I'm still keeping it. I have a few that are like that, but it hasn't retired yet, so woohoo! So there's our inside. Let's go ahead and attach this to the inside. And again, all of these, this is all just stamps, ink, and paper, but you could definitely embellish it and step it up a little bit by adding embellishments or ribbon. I would definitely be more adding some glimmer, shimmery embellishments or colors that would coordinate with the stamped sentiments on there. But that is, you can't line up diddly squat lately. Yeah, you know what? My first one, it wasn't, I was able to get it all lined up nice and perfect. But this one, for some reason, I'm going to go back. I'm going to re-measure the actual stamped, the cut on this one and make a note on that one, because it could be that I just didn't cut it small enough. I'm not sure. So, but here are our 3 cards that we made today. Let me put my stamps away. But again, like I said, all of these can be stepped up a little bit with embellishments, whether it is shimmer gems, like the in color. You could use the Petunia Pop shimmer gems for this one. The Pretty in Pink would actually look real pretty with this one, or any of the Fresh Freesia that we have in our tinsel gems here. Fresh Freesia or the Misty Moonlight ones here would look pretty. Here, I'd almost say, let's see, I do have, there's 2003, 2005 in color opaque. I would bet that the Wild Wheat would look really pretty on there. Or you could even go with, where are they? These are fun too. The neutral sequins would look really pretty with this one because of their earthy colors. So these are our 3 cards today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one's your favorite. I'd be like to know which one's your favorite. I know I have my favorite, but I'm curious to know what your guys' favorite is. You can either leave a note in the comments or the middle. You like the middle one? Oh, Tammy, that's a good one. Let's see what everybody else says, and I'll reveal mine in just a minute, what my favorite one is. The first one, this one, Marcy. Oh, Marcy likes the middle one. Nell likes the first one. The left one, this one, because you love Misty Moonlight too. This one actually is my favorite one first, and because I love all the blues, but and Stampin' Up. But I have to admit, I love the blues and the purples and the pinks in this one. It's just so soothing and relaxing. But this one I love too because this actually looks like some of the flowers I saw on our ride home today. I looked and I was almost grabbed pictures. Yes, we are blue girls, aren't we? We love our blues. But these look like pictures that I saw, not pictures I saw, flowers I saw. I almost took pictures coming down the mountain because I saw some that looked like this, and it was real fun seeing those today. So thank you so much for joining me. Next week, you know what? I think I forgot to do this at the very beginning. My name is Jennie Fetz, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of the East Contra Costa area of the Bay Area. Which one reminds you? This one, or the first one, or the last one reminds you of Monet, Becky? Because some of this one does a lot. Reminds me of Monet. But I'm from the East Contra Costa County area, and I am glad you're able to join me. If you are watching me on a replay, go ahead. Yes, this one. Tell me that you're watching the replay. I'd love to hear your comments about these. And if I'm talking a little backwards, it's because I just got back from vacation. A few days vacation. It was a nice, relaxing time. And now I'm trying to catch up. So next week, I am entertaining the idea of doing something a little special, a little fun, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet or not. So you'll have to keep an eye out on my Facebook page to see if I make that special announcement. But it's either this week or next week or the week after that. I am going to be doing something extra special fun that you guys get to participate in. And so I hope to see you then. In the meantime, have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing some of you guys tomorrow, and we will be back next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.